Action.
Hi, I'm Sandy Woolman, physiotherapist from West Lakes Physio. Today we're going to run through 5 exercises that I tend to use to help pain in the upper part of your neck and particularly headaches. All the exercises should feel comfortable to do, so if they are sore then they're not for you, and it is wise to discuss it with your physio if you're not sure on any of the exercises. Go nice and slowly and take your time as you're doing it. The first exercise we'll run through is chin tucks, and it's a nice exercise to try and stretch the upper part of your neck. So when you're doing it, you want to be sitting preferably up nice and straight. So I don't want you to sit with your chin poking out. You're trying to sit up tall and your chin tucked in slightly. I like to have a finger on the breastbone because it gives me a guide as to where I'm going. So my chin's going to start at my finger, and the idea is to draw your chin away, back, and you hold for 3 and come back again. And come back again. So just looking from the front, you also want your eyes to stay level. So as you're drawing back, I don't want you to lift your head back, that your chin pokes out. It is coming straight back. If you're getting any clicking in the back of your neck, sometimes you need to just adjust it a little bit so your head's in a more comfortable position, but it should feel comfortable. You're going to do this one 10 times and holding for 3 seconds. Okay, the second exercise I like to do is shoulder blade retraction or scapular retraction. And it's just meaning trying to get your shoulder blades back and down away from your ears. It's a really nice one to help with posture as well, and unloads a lot of the muscles that come down the sides of your neck. So in sitting again, you want to make sure that you're on your sit bones, that you're up nice and tall. The back of neck is long, so we're not into that full chin retraction, but it is just slightly in. And then the idea is to roll your shoulders back and down. And even using your arms to help rotate out a little bit really helps bring those shoulders back and down, holding for 3, 2, 3, and relax. So posture, chin tucked in just gently, up tall, shoulders back and down, rotate out, 2, 3, and relax.
Action.
So when you're doing this exercise, you should feel the muscles in between your shoulder blades working. You might get a gentle stretch in your neck, but it should be only a stretch and no pain. Okay, the next exercise is a little easier to get, is putting those principles together. So we're starting sitting up tall, shoulder blades just back and down, back and neck long, and in that position it's just turning your head, 2, 3, and back to the middle, and then turning the other way, 2, 3, and back to the middle. So my shoulders are staying still, so I don't want to see your shoulders turning with it. And your chin is tucked in again, so I'm not turning with my chin jutting out as I go. So just nice and straight around to where you feel a comfortable stretch. And then back the other way. You're going to repeat 5 of those. Okay, so exercise 4 is trying to get the very top part of your neck to move, and it's a much more subtle movement. We're going to start this one lying on your tummy. If that's not comfortable for you, I'll show you 2 other options for this. So you're going to lie on your tummy, and you can do it on the bed. You prop up just on your elbow, so you don't have to be up really high. If that's too sore for your lower back, you're going to come down a little lower. So in that position would be okay. So in this position, my shoulder blades are apart, so I'm not resting like this. I'm pushing up between my shoulder blades. Once again, my chin's tucked in, so I'm not resting there in that position. So in that position, we're going to do a yes and no action. So no is just tiny little nods, side to side. And you're going to do 10 of those each way. And then yes is just poking your chin out and then tucking it in. Poking it out and tucking it in. So all of those you should feel at the top part of your neck. It sometimes can sound like a gravelly sound in there. That's quite normal. Often the more you do it, the quieter it becomes as you go. If you can't tolerate this position, you can do it in all fours. So my shoulders are over my hands, once again pushing up through my shoulder blades, chin tucked in. And I'm going to then rotate side to side. And so that's the no action, and then the other one's the yes or the nodding. Just chin out, chin in, chin out, and chin in. So option 3 for the nodding exercise, if you can't tolerate kneeling either, you can do it with your hands against the wall, or sometimes I say in the shower with the hot water on it is a nice way to go. Your hands this time are at shoulder height. Same thing again, you're punching your shoulder blades apart, chin tucked in, and then you're going to do the little no action. So I'm keeping my chin in. Or the yes action is chin out and chin in. Chin out and chin in. Okay, and the last exercise is a mid-back stretch. And I'm just going to use a rolled up towel for this one. It would be better if you are on a firm surface, but if you can't lie on the floor, you could do it on your bed, or you could do it against a chair. So I'll show you those. I'll show you the chair option after. So rolled up towel, this time I'm going to place it lengthwise on the bed. And you're going to come and lie over the towel. And for most of us, it'll be nice to have a pillow for our neck so that we're not lying there with our head jutting up that way. So a small pillow is quite good. Knees are bent up, so my back is supported, so it's not arching. And then in that position, I'm going to bring my arms up over my head, trying to keep my low back down. And it's really nice to feel a good stretch in the middle of your back, in the middle of your middle back. Holding that for 10 seconds. I'm keeping my low back flat. And I'll repeat that one 5 times. So from this position, back is flat. I've got my belly in a little bit. Breathing in, stretch up. Hold it. And then back down. The other option, if that feels quite easy for you, you can turn the towel the other way and put it in the stiff parts of your back, which is normally just below your shoulder blades. And then you're going to arch back over that way. Just gentle until you feel a bit of a stretch in between the middle back. Hold for 10 again. And then release. So the other option, if you can't get on the floor or on a firm surface, like we just did on the bed, you can use the towel and do it in a chair. Turn around so you can have the towel lengthways. And then you arch back. If you can loop your hands back behind your behind the chair. If that's too hard because you've got shoulder issues as well, just stretching your arms back. Hold for a count of 10. So you can see that my neck's supported, that I'm not letting my head flop back. I'm trying to keep it in a good position. And if that's not too bad, once again, you can repeat it with the towel the opposite way and then stretch back that way. And relax. So that's my top 5 exercises to try if you're getting upper neck pain or headaches. They should feel pain-free. If there are any symptoms, then stop the exercises and discuss it with your physio. Bye.